family members tell us tonight. Severe weather sweeping through the metro, the sights and sounds of a rain-soaked Sunday. Plus a deputy's car stolen, the wild chase and how it ended. The news starts now.
Check out this video from Flowood. Rain pounding on this apartment complex. Residents in that area dealing with a heavy dose of lightning, gusty winds, thunder, and lightning. We had it all this afternoon, especially into Rankin County. But now the storms are out of the picture. Take a look at radar. It is all quiet for the most part. Still some lingering rain well over to the east. A few showers into Louisiana. So just a small chance of an isolated shower through the overnight hours. Also some areas of patchy fog. Much more coming up.
Breaking news tonight. Jackson police investigating a possible robbery and beating that may have now turned into a homicide investigation. Eric Hambrick died last night at UMMC. He had been there since apparently being beaten and robbed at the Waffle House near High Street in Jackson Thursday night around 10:30. In fact, the family says it was AMR that picked him up in the parking lot and rushed him to the hospital. Family members say police are reviewing surveillance cameras that may have captured the crime. He worked for MEMA and often sang at area churches. I spoke to Jackson police about the case tonight. Calendula Green said the case is, quote, a death pending, and that they would have more information tomorrow. If you have any information on this case, please pick up the phone and call Crime Stoppers at 601-355-TIPS. Heavy rains causing problems all over the area, from wrecks to flash flooding. 16 WAPT's Jennifer Ortega is live. And Jennifer, how's it look out there right now?
Scott, it is sticky and humid out here, and while the rain is gone, a lot of people trying to pick up the pieces to what's left of the damage left behind.
Heavy rain slammed the metro Sunday afternoon. Felicia Johnson says every time it pours, her driveway on Parkway Drive floods.
You're looking at flood water from 20 minutes of rain. And it's like this every time it's rain. The drain doesn't drain out, so it costs the water just to sit here for a couple of days.
On I-55 South and Elton Road, pouring rains had this car spin out of control, a mother and daughter inside.
I hit a water portal and the car hydroplaned and I hit the wall.
Was that scary?
Yes, ma'am. Terrifying.
Traffic was backed up for at least an hour in the northbound lane. No one was injured in this wreck. In Belhaven on St. Mary Street, one resident caught rushing waters going down the street. The heavy downpour covering half of the tires on this white car. And just down the street on Linden Place and Poplar Boulevard, a tree the length of about 4 cars came crashing down, smashing the roof of this truck right in half.
I can't believe that a tree that big fell and crushed 2 people's cars. It's crazy.
Figured it was going to happen at some point, because once the power went out, I heard it smash, so I knew it was that tree.
Residents living on the street having to crawl under the tree to get to their homes. Meanwhile, Felicia Johnson is hoping something gets done soon because she can't even get to her mail.
We don't walk to the mailbox. We just wait it out. We just sit here because usually my kids will get the mail. They don't even get it. They just wait it out.
Johnson says she's contacted the city about the issue 3 months ago and was told a work order was placed, but the drainage hasn't been fixed. We reached out to the city. A spokesperson told us they're looking into the claim, but the Public Works office is closed during the weekend, so they can't access records.
Now, the good news is that a lot of that flash flooding that we saw earlier has since dried out. There were no reported injuries from that severe weather that passed through the area. Live in Jackson, Jennifer Ortega, 16 WAPT News.
Thanks a lot, Jennifer. And all of this happening just after severe weather pounded the area yesterday. In fact, this was the aftermath on Woody Drive in Jackson, where neighbors say they dealt with flooded streets from the heavy downpours.
Sewers up there in the street there, both of them stopped up. They've been stopped up for about a long time. And so this street here is messed up on that side up to what street up there.
And with all the severe weather, we've been tracking power outages throughout the state. Entergy has restored power to most of the state, now reporting just over 400 outages statewide. As you can see, the majority of those cases right there in Hinds County. Bringing Nathan back in, and we're really dealing with a nasty bit of storm here.
Yeah, that's a quite nasty storm that worked its way through Rankin County. And as we take a look, this is the wind map. We were watching those winds push their way out of the storm, and those brighter blues, those are winds about 40 to 50 miles per hour. That's why we saw the power outages, because of those gusty winds that really affected much of Rankin County. Now go over to SS to show you the rainfall totals, because we saw quite a bit of flash flooding. Here's the reason for that. This is over the past 12 hours where you see the green. That is rainfall 1 to as much as 2 inches. Where you see the yellows, as I put on the numbers here on the map, they show you Sandhill, Pisgah, 3 to 4 inches of rainfall for those communities. At the airport, they saw 2 inches of rainfall. Now the problem is we've got clearing skies. We've got all this moisture on the ground. So you have to watch out for some patchy, dense fog for the start of your Monday.
A lot of moisture everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, back to you a little later. Thanks a lot. You know, viewers sharing their images with us from today's storms. In fact, this is from viewer Sandy Cade from Clinton. Now, as you can see, trees down in a flooded backyard. Water just gushing all over the place there. She tells us the rain was pelting her house so hard that they didn't even hear that tree right there come down. Viewers also sharing their storm pictures with us. Sherry Ingmeyer posted this photo to our 16 WAPT Facebook page of a flooded street in the Laurelwood area that's in Flowood. This happened around 2:30. This picture shows us just how tough it was for drivers today. Can't see much, right? A viewer uploaded this to our local page on WAPT.com. And this is a picture of the car in front of them in the Dogwood area of Flowood. As you can see, very little visibility in the area. Hey, we want to see your storm pictures. Make sure to upload them to the local section on our website at WAPT.com. Of course, we'll continue to monitor the weather, as you can also log on to WAPT.com anytime and head over to the weather section. Hey, you can also follow us on Facebook or Twitter, or you can always download our mobile app. Jackson police investigating 2 shootings, one of them deadly. JPD says it happened around 3 yesterday morning in the 100 block of Miles Alley. That's where they found a man dead from a single gunshot wound. No word yet on the identity of the victim or any possible suspects. They also reported shots being fired into an occupied home on Eminence Row. Nobody was injured in that shooting. Once again, folks, if you have any information on either of these cases, call Crime Stoppers at 601-355-TIPS. A Jackson County Sheriff's deputy car has been recovered after a teenager stole it. Jackson County Sheriff Mike Ezel says deputies responded to a domestic incident down in Moss Point. When they got there, 19-year-old Chance Dearman left the home and just headed towards the patrol car.
One of the deputy had left his patrol car running. It was locked. The young man tried to open the car door, which was locked, and then as the officer got closer to him with a key fob in his pocket, the car suddenly became unlocked.
Yeah, the sheriff says Dearman then got in the car and just sped away. The pursuit lasted almost a mile before he crashed. He's charged with carjacking and felony pursuit. What makes the story all the more strange, sheriff says Dearman was facing no charges when police showed up at his home. 2 high school seniors are dead after a wreck in DeSoto County. Police say the teenagers, Rachel Lynch and Maddie Cruz, attended Briarcrest Christian School up in Tennessee. Happened along US 78 in Marshall County around 6:30 this morning. 2 other students were hurt in that wreck and taken to local hospitals. MHP says the girl's vehicle was reportedly struck by another car. According to the Marshall County Sheriff's Department, the driver of that vehicle has been arrested and DUI is suspected, but the driver has not yet been identified. Saturday marked 10 years since Natalie Holloway vanished in Aruba. In fact, Holloway, who grew up in Clinton, had moved to Alabama with her mother. She was a high school student when she went on a trip to the island. Holloway's body has never been found. In fact, the main person of interest in the case right there, Joran Vandersloot, he's in jail for an unrelated murder. The 10-year anniversary of her disappearance has brought a renewed interest in her case and a possible clue to her whereabouts. A witness has come forward claiming he saw Holloway in her final moments near a construction site.
I thought first in a playful way, like, I'm going to get you. After 5 minutes, he came out with her in his arms. He really slammed her, like, BOOM. And then you don't start hiding this person in the crawl space.
Vandersloot was never charged in the Holloway case. The alleged construction site is now a Marriott hotel. Natalie's dad, Dave Holloway, says he wants authorities to follow up on this tip, but Aruban authorities say the tip has no validity and they have no plans of following up. New tonight, a boil water alert in the capital city. Officials tell us that alert is for Autumn Park and the 4800 block of Autumn Woods Drive. That affects approximately 15 connections. Testing is set to begin tomorrow, and don't forget, it takes 2 days of clean tests before they can lift that boil water alert. Call it a battle of the bulge, another poll that claims we're the most obese state in the nation. A poll by Gallup Healthway's Well-Being Index says Mississippi is the most obese state in the country with an obesity rate of 35.2%. That's nearly a full percent above the second most obese state, West Virginia. Louisiana's third. Get this, Montana is the skinniest state and the lone state with an obesity rate under 20%. Nationally, the U.S. obesity rate went up. And mothers and fathers-to-be gathered at the Jackson Medical Mall for a community baby shower this afternoon. The event was sponsored by the group Sisters United Together. They provided health information and financial planning guides for expectant parents. Organizers say they're looking to lower the state's infant mortality death rate by providing people with as much information as possible.
Awareness is important in order to help eliminate the high infant mortality rate here that we have here in Mississippi. So what we're going to do today is we're going to educate moms and fathers about ways and skills to help prevent early infant death, premature infant death.
Several sorority groups came together with local businesses to help sponsor the events. It was free to the public. Your Sunday night pump patrol, where Mississippi ranks compared to other states when it comes to paying at the pump. Plus, happening right now, officials debating the Patriot Act, what it could mean to you.
And it certainly has been a wet weekend around the region, but Monday, things will slowly start to improve. Expecting some areas of fog. Some of that fog could be